Okay, now let us start with this cash flow. First, Sahash, you tell me, do you have any idea regarding this term cash flow?
Sir, sorry, sir.
This cash flow statement, do you have any idea regarding this term cash flow statement?
So the flow of operating funds uh, and the operating financial and one more term was there. I'm forgetting that term.
Okay,
Functional or financial operation, sir. I guess.
okay. Abhishek, are we connected? Abhishek,
Yes, sir.
you tell me your idea because you had cash flow in your 12th standard, isn't it? Tell me your
Yes,
idea regarding this cash flow statement.
I don't know.
Okay. Now, what is cash flow statement? You had cash book, isn't it? In your class 12 cash book,
Yes, sir.
it is basically like one of the cash book. Basically, just in case of fund flow statement, we studied the movement of fund. That is the flow of fund from one asset to another. Here we will be considered with the flow of cash, means how the cash is moving on, and cash means cash, cash at bank, and cash equivalent. Cash equivalent means which can be converted into cash within within say within 12 within 12 months.
Yes, sir.
Means means those assets which are very liquid and which can be easily converted into cash. These are called cash equivalent. Basically, cash flow statement. Previously, we used to prepare cash flow statement under direct method. Means just like fund flow statement, we on the left hand side we write the source of fund or source of cash or inflow, whatever is the term you may use, and on the right hand side we use outflow of cash or cash outflow. But the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India, as per accounting standard AS3, accounting standard 3, has prescribed a format for cash flow statement. And if you want to prepare cash flow statement, you need to use this format. There is no way out. Means even if the problem is silent, you need to prepare the cash flow statement based on that format. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So let me show you. I'll share the screen. So pay your attention on the screen. Just a minute. Now can you see the screen? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So first comes cash flow from operating activity. I am going very slow because it is not at all easy. So just listen to me. Cash flow from operating activity is just like computation of fund from operation. Just repeat what I told you. Cash flow from operating activity is just like computation of fund from operation. Okay. Up to this, operating profit before working capital change is just like your computation of fund from operation. You remember the methods I taught you how to compute this fund from operation, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So basically, we take net profit before taxation and extraordinary item. Extraordinary item, what does it mean? Means which are not in the normal course of business, which are extraordinary. Next, we need to make adjustment for all items which are not related to business and not paid in cash, just like fund from operation. And similarly, we need to deduct the income which are not related to business. So the resultant figure would be operating profit before working capital change. Operating profit before working capital change. Now here in cash flow statement, we are not preparing a statement showing changes in working capital. But these changes would be incorporated in the cash flow from operating activity. Now first we need to add decrease in current asset. Decrease in current asset other than cash and cash equivalent. Now, why I am adding decrease in current asset? Could you tell me? Could you suggest? Saharsh and Abhishek, could you suggest?
So, because of the depreciated value.
No. Decrease in current asset means sundry debtors was 10,000, now it has reduced to 5,000. Means the sundry debtor has paid me 5,000.
Paid.
Sundry debtors has paid me 5,000 and I have received the cash from sundry debtors. That's why I am adding with this cash flow from operating activity. Got my point? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Next comes increase in current liabilities. Increase in current liabilities. Now, if sundry creditors increases from 10,000 to 15,000, what it means? Means during this period, I am not going to pay him, isn't it? I am not going to pay him. So as a result, my cash balance will increase. So that's why increase in current liability is added with cash flow from operating activities. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Next comes
Yes.
less increase in current asset. Now sundry debtors has increased from 10,000 to 15,000. So what it means? That there is no inflow of cash and debtor balance increases. So increase in current asset need to be deducted. And similarly decrease in current liability. From 10,000 sundry creditor has reduced to 5,000. Means we have paid 5,000. We have paid 5,000. Okay. So we need to deduct this decrease in current liability from this cash flow from operating activity. Then we have cash flow before extraordinary item. Then we need to deduct, just a minute, before extraordinary item is income tax paid. Now what is this income tax paid? I taught you the provision for taxation. Could you remember? Provision for
Yes,
taxation
sir.
Yes, sir.
means this opening balance need to be paid unless otherwise specified. The tax that we are paying during this year we need to be deducted. Need to be deducted. And then comes extraordinary item. Extraordinary item means which is not related to the normal course of business. So this may be in receipt or this may be in payment. So these are to be added. These are to be adjusted. Next comes cash flow from investing activity. Investing activity means all types of purchase of fixed assets. All types of purchase of fixed assets like investment or like any land and building, etc. And also if you have invested in some company, say suppose you have invested in Tata Group and you are receiving dividend. So it will come under cash flow from investing activity. And suppose you have invested in debenture, you are receiving interest, so this also will come under cash flow from investing activity. Then comes cash flow from financing activity. Under this we have proceeds from issue of share capital, issue of shares, issue of debentures, redemption of debenture, interest paid and dividend paid. Now once we we have taken interest and dividend under investment activity, and now again we are showing it under financing activity. Could you differentiate the different? Could you make the differentiation? Why we have taken once in under the investment activity, and again we are taking it under the financing activity? Could you make the
Sorry,
distinction?
sir.
This interest paid and dividend paid. I had shown you, just see, interest received and dividend received comes under investment activity, and
Yes, sir.
then interest paid and dividend paid comes under financing activity. Why these two figures are coming once in investment activity and once in financing activity, and why we are doing this? Could you just explain this thing? Could you just elaborate this thing?
So not right now, sir.
See,
First,
here we are receiving the interest and we are here receiving the dividend as a result
yes,
of
sir.
investment. As a result of investment, and here we have issued equity share and we have issued debenture, and as a result we need to pay the interest and pay the dividend. So first comes under investment activity. From investment operation we are earning the income, and this comes under financing activity. Through financing activity we are paying the interest and dividend. Got it?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
So next comes net increase in cash and cash equivalent. So we have A, B, C. What is A? Cash flow from operating activity. What is B? Cash flow from financing activity, from investment activity. And what is C? Cash flow from financing activity. We are making the summation of these three, and we are getting net increase in cash and cash equivalent. It can increase or it can decrease depending on the situation. Then we have cash and cash equivalent at the beginning of the period. Cash and cash equivalent at the beginning of the period means the opening balance. So we will add this opening balance with this increase, and we will have cash and cash equivalent at the end of the period. Means the closing cash and cash equivalent will come by adding the opening with the net increase in cash and cash equivalent. Now after having this closing balance, you need to tally with the balance sheet and see if it is okay. If it tallies with the balance sheet figure, means your cash flow statement is okay. Otherwise you have made a mistake. This is all about your cash flow statement. Any doubt, any question? Feel free to ask me. Any point which is not clear to you? And I have made a video on cash flow statement also. Today I'll share the link so that you can see the video. Okay. Hello.
Okay, sir.
Now Sash and Abhishek, tell me the point which you have understood and which are not clear to you. Because this note is there in Google Classroom, you can download it and you can go through the format as well as the problem is also there.
Sir, I want to know the what will be the benefit of knowing cash flow while preparing fund flow statement.
Question is not clear. Means your question is what is the benefit of preparing cash flow statement, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Mainly why because as we know, while preparing fund flow statement, after preparing fund flow statement, we have to prepare cash flow statement.
Yes. So why we need to
That's why.
prepare it? I got your question. See,
Yes, sir.
cash flow statement you need to prepare as per the regulation of the government, because if you download any annual report of any company, cash flow statement is mandatory. You need to give cash flow statement. If you do not give the cash flow statement, your shares won't be listed in the stock exchange. It is mandatory to prepare the cash flow statement. And fund flow statement
Okay.
is required to know the fund position. say from which asset it is converting to another asset, so that you can gauge or measure the movement of fund. That's why fund flow
Okay.
statement shows the movement of fund, but not in cash terms or bank terms. But cash flow statement shows the movement of cash and bank,
Okay, sir.
and it is mandatory for every company to prepare cash flow statement,
Yes, sir.
and it has to be disclosed on the stock exchange.
Okay, sir. So, and it has to be done semi-annually or annually.
Basically annually.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll
Yes,
start
sir.
with a problem. Pay attention on the screen. Can you see the screen? Tell me. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Just go through the problem. Understand the problem. Just a minute, just to check this. This is a proprietorship. I won't teach you proprietorship. Proprietorship is not good there. This problem is good. Okay. Com-
Okay.
Mainly it is for company we prepare this cash flow statement. Just study this problem.
Sir, before preparing, we can also prepare a journal
No, no,
for.
that is imperative. You need to prepare journal. Otherwise, how can you get the account balance?
Oh,
Journal,
okay, sir.
ledger,
So,
journal, ledger, final account is a must. After that, you prepare this cash flow.
okay, sir.
So you can see share capital increased from 1 lakh to 1 lakh 50. 1 lakh to 1 lakh 50 means there has been an issue of equity share. General reserve
Yes, sir.
increased, so it means transfer to reserve. Profit and loss account from 50,000 it has increased to 80,000 means 30,000 profit. Bond, you have issued bond to the extent of rupees 10,000 means issue of say inflow of cash. Certificate is there, mortgage loan, it has decreased means you have paid your mortgage loan. Then comes fixed asset, it has decreased. Goodwill, it has decreased. Inventories, debtors, bills receivable, cash, and then comes shares issue expenses. It has decreased means you have written it off. First see the account. First we have the profit. It is okay that 30,000 is profit during the year.
Yes, sir.
Then transfer to general reserve. Then shares issue expenses written off means we are just preparing just like computation of fund from operation. Goodwill written off, operating profit before working capital changes. The amount is coming this much. Then increase in current liability. I told you increase in current liability would be added, so we are adding it. And increase in current asset. Increase in current asset need to be deducted, so we are deducting it. So we have net cash from operating activity this much, that is minus 10,000. Is it okay or not? Just tell me. Just see the solution. Up to this, it is just like your computation of fund from operation. Up to this, it is just like your computation of fund from operation.
Yes,
After
sir.
this, you need to incorporate the working capital change. Okay. Then comes cash flow from investing activity. Now you can see from the balance sheet, fixed asset 1 lakh, it has increased to 1 lakh 50,000 and there is no say mention of depreciation or otherwise. So we have assumed that we have purchased fixed asset to the extent of 50,000. So purchase of 50,000, negative means cash is going. We are putting in bracket means cash is going out, and if it is not in bracket means cash is coming in. In accounting term, we use the bracket to denote the negative. You are aware of this, isn't it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
For any negative item, you need to put bracket to identify it as a
Yes, sir.
negative.
Bracket.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So we have net cash users in investing 50,000. Then comes issue of share capital, issue of bond. I have already explained. Redemption of mortgage loan. So net cash flow from financing activity 55,000. So net increase in cash and cash equivalent comes 5,000. And we are adding cash and cash equivalent in the beginning. What is the cash and cash equivalent in the beginning? It is 10,000. So your closing balance is coming 15,000 and it tallies with the balance sheet. So your problem is 100% okay. This is all about your cash flow statement.
Okay, sir.
Any doubt, any question, you feel free to ask me, because today
No, sir.
I'll post a link of my YouTube video. You go through that video, and in my next class, I'll solve another problem and I'll wrap up this cash flow statement. Okay.
Okay, sir. And sir, what about our internal project and all?
Internal project and all, just a minute. See, basically, I told you that for project you need to select a company and you need to prepare project on that. Suppose you are preparing project on finance, so financial angle
Hmm.
should be there, or you are preparing project on marketing, marketing angle should be there. Means you take any company at random from the website and you prepare a project on that. That is basically your study
Okay, sir.
paper, and you just share this information among your friends. Okay, first you need to select a
Okay, sir.
company, and then you need to make an analysis either from marketing or HR or say finance angle.
Okay, sir. Sir, and if there is any problem, like what are the topic should be concluded in
For
marketing
marketing,
and HR?
for marketing and HR, you ask Shondip sir, or for HR you can also ask Srijoni madam, and for finance you ask me.
Okay, sir. Sir, we can only choose one topic.
Only one topic. That should be essay. Suppose you have selected one topic, Abhishek should not select that topic. It should be different.
Okay, sir.
And you share this information among your friends. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So that's all for today. Okay. Thanks for attending my class. And you have gone through, and just you have gone through that thing. Tomorrow we would have
Yes.
a webinar at 7:30,
Yes, sir.
and your
7:30.
marks will be based on that. So you share this information among your friends, and tomorrow there will be no personal grooming class. Okay, at 7:30
Okay,
there
sir.
will be a webinar. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let us wrap up this class. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.